guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing something different. I'm trying out a new product that I've never tried out before, and it is this oval brush set from Vanity Planet. So this is how the brushes look, and it's a 10-piece set, and you can pretty much use these brushes for your face, your eyes. So this costs, I believe, $125 US, but I have a discount code that would reduce the price significantly. I would put the discount code and also the link to the website down below in the description box. So please do check out the description box. It's always filled with lots of links and information. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So I'm going to start off my makeup with my Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I'm going to apply it all over my face. You can use the primer with these brushes as well, but I kind of forgot to use the brush with the primer because I'm always so used to using my fingers. So yeah, I just went with that, but if you want, you can use the brush as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to my foundation, and for that today I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm gonna use the biggest brush from this set to apply it on my face. So I'm just dotting the foundation all over my face with my finger first, and then I'm gonna use the brush to blend it out. So I'm actually quite nervous to use these brushes because this is actually the first time that I'm trying them out, but here goes nothing. Let's just see how it works. Oh my god, it's giving me a full-on coverage. The foundation looks a little too light on me now that I got a tan, because last weekend I went to the beach and I was there all day and I forgot to put on sunscreen. So yeah. Now one thing I'm noticing right off the back is the handle is not actually that sturdy. I mean, it bends when I put pressure on. I'm not really sure if all of such oval brushes do the same thing or it's just this one, but I feel if I put my finger here, then it works better. Okay, so it blends out really nicely. There is no streaky marks or lines or anything like that you can at times get when you use brushes. And just look at this brush, there's no product on it, so it means you get full coverage and you're not really wasting any product, because I feel with most of the brushes or beauty blender, it soaks up a lot of the product, so you're kind of wasting it. But this one doesn't, so it gives a really nice full coverage. For my concealer today, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Light Neutral, and I'm gonna apply this underneath my eyes in a triangular shape to highlight, and also down the bridge of my nose, my chin, and forehead. And I think I'm gonna use the same brush to blend out the concealer, so it works really fast. I mean, you don't really need to spend a lot of time to blend your makeup with these brushes. Now for right underneath my eyes, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I'm just blending out the edges with this big brush, and then I'm gonna use this small brush for underneath my eyes as well as my nose bridge. So the big brush was much softer than this one. This is a little prickly and it's quite stiff. It's not that soft. I think it would work better for your nose contour or highlight, those sort of things, but underneath the eyes, because that area is so delicate, it can be a little harsh. Or maybe you can use a bigger brush. This is kind of like too small maybe. And by the way, it actually comes with a booklet and it shows like which brush you can use for what purpose. So if you want, you can just have a look at this and try them out accordingly. I'm just winging it and using whatever brush I feel like. Okay, then to set my under eye concealer, I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm gonna use the same brush, I think the small one. It does apply powder pretty well. I was a little skeptical about powder products with such brushes. I don't know, I feel these sort of dense brushes would work better with cream or liquids, but looks like it's applying the powder really nicely. These sort of brushes would be great if you're into baking, because you can pick up a lot of powder with this sort of brushes. Now before I powder my face, I want to cream contour today, so I'm gonna use my e.l.f. cream contour palette, and I'm gonna use this brush with it. This is kind of like a mid-sized brush, and I'm gonna take a mixture of these two shades. I'm pretty sure powder contour would also work great with these brushes, but I just wanted to try the cream one out. I think I've picked up way too much product. You don't need to dig into the product because these brushes, they pick up quite a lot of product in one go, but I was kind of like digging into the palette, so needs a little more blending because I've used way too much product. It doesn't look bad. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, this time I'm gonna take only a little bit of the product. Yeah, I think it works much better and it's a lot easier if you take a little product at a time. If you want, you can always build up the intensity, but don't go with too much product. I want to contour my jawline a little bit as well. My failed attempt at hiding my double chin. A little bit on the edge of my forehead. See, it blends out so easily. But the key is use a little product. Okay, so I want to contour my nose a little bit as well. And for that, I'm going to take this very thin, long sort of a brush. These brushes don't actually have any number or name, so it's very difficult to tell which one I'm using exactly. So I'm gonna take a little bit of product and then just create a line on both sides of my nose and also the tip. Okay, and then I'm gonna try and blend it out with the same brush. Let's see how that works. Okay, I think it blends out quite easily and quite fast. So I want to use a powder contour just to set the cream because I feel the cream is a little sticky. So I'm gonna use my Sleek highlight and contour palette. This is their face contour kit in the shade Light. And I'm gonna take the contouring shade again with the same brush and just apply it on top. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of blush, and for that today I'm using the NYX Rouge Cream Blush, and I'm gonna attempt to use it with this brush. This is kind of like the mid-size brush. It's been ages that I haven't used cream blushes, so I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Nelly, it looks a little too bright. I forgot how pigmented this blush is. I feel if you take just the right amount of product, it's actually very easy and very fast to apply it. Okay, so now I need a powder to set my whole face, and I'm gonna use my trusty MAC Studio Fix, and I'm gonna use this brush. This is, I think, the second largest one from this kit. Yeah, and I'm gonna take only a little bit because I know it picks up a lot of product. And I think instead of swiping it like this, a patting motion would work best. Okay, now just for the sake of experimenting or just to try out these brushes to the fullest, I'm gonna use a powder blush as well, and I'm using my NARS blush in the shade Orgasm, and I'm taking a little bit on this brush, the same brush that I use the cream product with, and I'm just gonna apply it on my cheeks. You know, the best thing about these brushes is right after you've used the cream product, you can go in with a powder product because there is absolutely no product on the bristles. It's completely dry. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and do my eye makeup with these brushes as well. I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. I'm not at all used to using these sort of brushes, but I'm still gonna give it a try. I'm not creating anything too fancy. I just want something very, very simple. So at first I'm using this Wet n Wild single eyeshadow. This is in the shade Creme Brulee, and I'm using this small brush that I used to set my under eye concealer with powder. I'm using the same brush, and I'm just gonna apply it all over my lid just as an eyeshadow base, and also to set the concealer that I had applied earlier. And please do excuse my crazy brows. I haven't got them done in a while. I need to go ASAP. Now I'm going to attempt to create a smoky eye today. So at first I'm using this NYX Jumbo Eye Crayon. This is in the shade Purple Velvet. And I'm applying it all over my lid, and then I'm gonna attempt to blend it out using this brush. This one is kind of like round but stiff sort of a brush. It's quite flat. Well, I think if you're not familiar using these sort of brushes, it would take you a little bit of practice. Like for me, even holding the brush like this is not something that I'm comfortable doing. I think it's blending out the product quite nice. And then for my eyeshadow today, I'm gonna use this Urban Decay Smoked palette. And from here, I think I'm gonna take this navy blue shade. I'm gonna use the same brush for it. I think it should work well to deposit color. Oh yeah, it works pretty well because it picks up a lot of products, so it's really good to pack on eyeshadows all over your lid. Next up, I'm gonna take this dome sort of a round brush, and with this I'll just use a brown shade and apply it on my crease and try to blend it out. Look at this, it doesn't look that bad. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to highlight my face. How is that possible? Just hold on a second. Now, as I've already powdered my face, I'm not gonna go in with a cream highlight, so I'm just gonna go in with the powder one, and I'm using my Becca Champagne Pop, and I'm gonna use that small brush that I used earlier for my concealer. And I'm gonna take a little bit and apply it on my cheekbones. I think these brushes would work so great for cream or liquid highlight, but unfortunately I've already set my face and I don't want to go in with a cream product now. For my nose, I think I'm gonna use this dome shaped brush that I used for my eyes, and I'm gonna apply a little bit on the tip of my nose and the nose bridge. And I'm gonna use the same highlight on my inner corner. It works perfectly for the inner corners. So the blending of my eyeshadow isn't the best, but I am pretty okay with how it turned out. I mean, with these brushes, it was quite difficult to blend, but still it blended out pretty well. So I'm just gonna leave it like that because I don't want to use any extra brushes. And then I'm just gonna line my eyes using my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Perversion. And then to smoke out my lower lashes, I'm gonna use a brown shade from the same Urban Decay palette, and I think I'm gonna use this taupey sort of a shade, this one right here. And I'm using this small thin sort of a brush. Very difficult to explain this. This is how it looks, and I'm gonna try and smoke out my lower lash line. It works actually pretty well for the lower lash line because it's really thin, and especially because of how you're holding it, it's very easy to go underneath your lashes. And I feel it would work really well even when you have mascara on your lower lashes. Like at times I find it difficult to go underneath the lashes when I have mascara on. Okay, there goes nothing. I'm actually gonna attempt to use a gel liner, and I'm using this Inglot gel liner, and I'm gonna use the small brush that I used underneath my eyes because this one is much smaller than the other one. Oh my god, I'm so scared. I need to get super close to the mirror. Now don't expect me to create a wing, okay? So now I'm back with my full face of makeup. So I've just done my eyebrows off camera, and I've used my Anastasia Deep Brow Pomade in the shade medium brown for that. And for my lipstick, I'm using a mixture of MAC Morange, and this is the LA Girl matte liquid lipstick in the shade Fleur. And now it's time for my overall verdict. So I've pretty much used all the brushes from this set. In fact, I did actually use all of them, and I must say I'm pretty impressed with them because I was a little skeptical when I started doing my makeup because I've never used such oval brushes, although there was a time where it was raved about and everybody was using it, but I didn't give them a try. But now when I got the opportunity to try them out, I really wanted to because I wanted to experience what all the rave was about. And I can say the face brushes worked really well. It was very easy to blend out the foundation, concealer, powder, everything. Even the cream products I felt worked really well with these brushes because they're very densely packed. And I felt it was pretty easy and very quick to apply the makeup because it blended out things very fast compared to other brushes, which I absolutely love. However, when I tried to do my eye makeup with the smaller brushes, it was a little difficult, I must say, because I'm not used to brushes like this for my eyeshadows. Even holding them was a little different for me, and I have to say the blending of the eyeshadows wasn't that great, but I still tried to work with whatever I had in hand. And if you see my eyeshadows, they don't really look that bad. I mean, the blending is not terrible, but of course I feel I could have done this eye look a lot quicker and easier if I was just using my regular brushes. So I'm not really sure if I would reach for these brushes to do my eye makeup, but I'm 100% certain that I would be using some of them for my face. So if you're interested to try out such oval face brushes, then you can give this one a try from Vanity Planet. And also, if you want to know about this dress that I'm wearing, I would put the link down below in the description box as well. So if you want to get some trendy clothes, shoes, accessories at a very affordable rate, then please do go check them out as well. I would put the links down below in the description box.